killing me, man. Oh.
Welcome back to SUPRS Live. It's time for the Wags Custom Cool Awards. Post-race interviews, Wags Custom Cool Awards, making you look cool in victory lane. And tonight we have got, I think, maybe a few worn-out racers with us. One of those that picked up the win tonight. This is something, I'll tell you. I'm just going to say, it was a hell of a finish. One whale of a show out there. Brad Keyser, a two-time winner, is now a three-time winner of the Topless 200, your 2021 non-wing Goldcrest champion. Congratulations, Brad. What a battle. What a hard-fought win. Describe it in words if you can, what it means to pick up your third Topless 200 win and do it in such a fine, thrilling, exciting fashion as you did here tonight.
Thanks, Bob. First, I want to thank Breeze Graphics, Airbase Studios, First to Finish Servers, BMK Logistics, Icing on Top, and Heat Finder for everything to do. I'm still trying to figure out what happened in that race. You know, early on, I kind of hang back. I was hanging back, really just not in a rush to I've wrecked out the last couple of weeks, so just trying to ride around and keep the car underneath me, keep some tires underneath me for a bit, figuring there'd be a caution, and almost got caught up in the really big one down there in turn 3 and 4, so thankfully got through that. And then David Zach had like a 9-second lead on me, and I was chipping it in. I think I got down to like 3 seconds right when the next caution came out, which I think it was Daniel on himself. And then from there was just nothing left in the cars. Tires were gone, and you could see it was really, really fun racing. It was fun racing with Zach, fun racing with Dave. I mean, I probably almost killed Dave 4 or 5 times. I almost killed Zach twice. I think I almost killed Anthony. Like, the cars were so sketchy, but still doing decent times, and just trying to hold on and position yourself for the lap that the guy screwed up on. And I know Dave had been hitting the wall down in turn 3. He'd hit that a number of times, so I was kind of playing for that. So he started pushing high in 3 and 4 to avoid that wall, and I was turning 3 and 4 okay, but I was pushing 1 and 2 for some reason. So you could kind of set up and pass the other guy off that move, and Zach really, really was impressive because I got the lead, probably 15 to go, somewhere in there, and then Dave got me back when I pushed down in 1 and 2, and I mean, Zach was right there filling that hole, and he was there, so I thought my night was over. Thought I was going to finish third. Probably only 7-8 to go, and then Zach got a little loose coming off 4, and I got him down into 1, and then I just had an opportunity to chase Dave down, and like I said, Dave and we were just opposite ends of the track, even though we're running the same setup. And then the last lap, it was just chaos. I mean, I go down and nervous that I'd been pushing turn 1 and 2, so I probably go in a little lighter than I needed to, and then of course the car turns and goes to the inside wall, hits that. I think Dave hits my right rear tire, but because I'm pinned to the wall, I don't spin. I have no idea what happened to Zach. And then the back straightaway was just a free for all. And then coming off 4, poor Dick Schuler was there, and I couldn't really float it to the outside because I had a feeling Dave was there. So I just gunned it and kind of nerfed the 56 in the back, but I had nowhere to go. It was just a sprint to the line at that point with no tires and whatever hooked up, and I got Dave by, it looks like 0.028. So I haven't looked at the replay yet, but I know it was ridiculously close. It was a great race. I mean, it was as fun as it could be without wrecking somebody at the end. So, shout out to everybody who finished the race. I know it was a big wreck, but there was a lot of really respectful driving going out there. Yourself, Anthony, Ryan did a great job. Daniel was good all night, and tribute to Dick for, finishing the race out and being there on the last lap. So it was a good race, scary as anything.
Compared to your other 2 wins, I think that was probably the most thrilling, one you didn't know that you had until the end, that's for sure. Congratulations, Brad, on a fantastic run here tonight. Picking up your third Topless 200.
Thank you so much.
Brad Keyser, your winner here tonight, and a guy that led a whole lot of laps, looked like he was going to try to lap the field, was looking for his third Topless 200 win. Dave, now maybe you've caught your breath a little bit because that was a heck of a finish. I think it left us all breathless, and certainly our viewers tonight. Where could you have pulled this thing off? Where did you see the race slip away from you? Know that the 9 was closing that quickly.
Well, I knew, starting out, like you said, I did try and push. I pushed the first, I don't know, 20 or 25 before we had that first yellow. I don't know, if it was that long. Well, not really push, but try and run, decently quick to jump out because I know that's when a lot of people try and save their stuff really early. So I tried to jump out and, trap the field down. That didn't work. We got that short caution or quick caution. Then, did it again until lap 42, 43, somewhere around there, that range. And then after that, I did push a little bit because I knew the lineup was a little jumbled with the lead lap cars kind of not being nose to tail there. So pushed for a few laps, tried to get a lead on Zach, I think was still second at the time. And then from there on, tried to save. So maybe if I saved earlier there, or at the very end, if I didn't save and, just ran my own line instead of trying to make sure I didn't tear the right front or left front off any worse than it already was. But yeah, awesome racing with Zach and Brad. It was definitely a slugfest at the end. And like you said, like Brad said, shout out to all the lap cars. They really held their line. But yeah, Brad, you were saying that the one incident there on the last lap, it was the last lap. You hit the wall, I got your right rear, and Zach actually ended up getting me. I don't know if it was in the left rear or square, but I got a shunt too. So who knows what it would have been like down there in 3 if we were all nose to tail. I don't know if we would have made it. But congratulations on your win, Zach. Good run. Dick and Daniel, nice job finishing it out.
I think that really speaks to the strategy of this race. Your ability, Dave, is what kind of sets you apart from the other racers. Your ability to strategize as the race goes on, knowing what you have to do. You don't have a spotter. You don't have a coach. You're doing this as you're turning these fantastically fast laps out there. What have you learned over the course of your history here running this race?
It's really, you just got to balance the push laps where you're going to go fast and the save laps, and you just got to, when you're saving, be conscious of the tires and take care of them. I mean, you can try and save and run slower lap times and hurt the tires more than if you were going to run, a tenth or two faster. So you just got to really, do what the car wants to do and be smooth on the tires and, try and save them that way.
Certainly, there's a few guys out there that could learn some tips from you. Congratulations. I know you wanted this one pretty bad, but what a way to finish the season and a great run for you here at Topless.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was definitely the most exciting finish to one. And I did stay connected, so that's a win in my book. I was there at the end and had a chance.
You were there to see the finish, and that's what Zach Sears, your third place finisher, was saying. How can I win this thing? Well, the 9 needs to crash, which he almost did in the big one down at turn 3, and Dave O needs to disconnect, which he didn't do. But Zach, at the end of the day, you led some laps out there tonight. One of your best Topless 200s for sure. Coming down to the wire, you were still in this thing all the way. But tell me a little bit about the middle part of the race there, where you were able to take the lead. Was that planned? Did you want to lead at that point? Did you think you could hang on to the lead?
I don't know if I could have, but I guess I surely did. We got into lap traffic, and I think Dave, I don't know what the problem was in 3 and 4 all night. We could not see the entrance of the corner. At least I couldn't. He hit the wall going in front of a lap car trying to pass somebody, and he washed up the track. I got underneath him, and I'm going to take a guess. He just said, I'm just going to save and try to run me down later. But I mean, I think I just got lucky there, and I didn't want it. I just wanted the draft to save enough fuel to get to the end, but I ended up finishing, and I guess that's the key part of this.
It truly is, Zach. Congratulations. It was a fantastic run for you here tonight at the Topless 200, and a great season. Congratulations on your championship as well.
Thank you. I just want to thank all the super sponsors, of course. Dave, Brad, for even letting me attempt this. They make all my setup. That's all I really run. So thank you to them, and great finishes from both of them.
Texier's on the podium here tonight. Second place 3 times, the third place getting pretty good. He's still looking for that win, though. He almost had it here this evening. Let's talk to your rookie of the race, driver from Liverpool, New York, Daniel Nans. One spin tonight, cause of one of the cautions, but other than that, a pretty clean race. Daniel, it looks like you really accomplished what you wanted to do tonight, which was number one, have a good time, but finish your first topless 200. How's it feel to be sitting here after 200 grinding laps at the Big O?
Feels pretty good. Definitely felt like the car gave out after a little while, and definitely had some fun in the race. Probably could have had a good battle with Bobby, and all around it was pretty fun.
Well, congratulations on being named Rookie of the Race here tonight, Daniel. You got your first topless 200 under your belt after winning the Goldcrest 2022-23 Rookie of the Year award for Ices on Top. Great things in your future here with Supers, and we're glad to have you. Well, we're going to round out our interviews here tonight in the Wags Custom Cool Awards post-race show with a guy whose stated goal was just to finish his first topless 200. Not one of the younger racers out there, but certainly one of the most fun to hang around and spend some time with. Dick Schuler, congratulations. You brought the shoe racing Gooby Beer home, Gooby Beer number 56 home in pretty much one piece. Let's look at this. What an accomplishment, and how it feels for you to be able to do this here tonight. You said what your goal was, and you nailed it tonight. Congratulations, Dick.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, guys. And I'll tell you what, when those lap cars or the leaders were going by me, I saw what a good race it was. I said, it might be better to get out of here and go watch the race. But I said, now we're going to stay here and finish this thing. My goal was to run my race, stay my lane. I knew the car had a setup. I strategized probably a little different, or a lot different than most people do or anybody does. I planned for a pit stop. I could not get the car to handle with 40 gallons in there at all. So I felt very comfortable with 22. I ran 22. I pitted around 100, I think it was, 98, 100. Got fuel and went back out, and it worked. I knew I was going to be lapped down, so I knew it wasn't going to impact my finish that much. So I didn't really worry about it for tonight. Now, if I was running a lot faster, I would have done something different. But no, it was a good run. It was a lot of fun. It was actually accomplished a couple things, and I was involved in one spin, but I spun to miss Brad in that accident in turn 3. Locked him up going in there, and I didn't want to tag anybody there. So I took the incident there, but that was good. Other than that, there was no other incidents for me, so it was a good night.
Yeah, that was a tough one down there in 3. Boy, you come into a real mess down there in Dick. Usually, you're losing wheels, but you didn't tonight, and that was an accomplishment to minimize the damage and be able to bring the number 56 home in one piece. You don't get to do this much. Give you an opportunity to thank your sponsors and your.
Yeah, Gooby Beer, which is a beer that I used to make, and Mike Silliman up in Oswego and Annual Topless, we named it Gooby Beer, and we drank plenty of that after the races. And then shoe racing, and got a sponsor coming on when we start the wing season up here in the fall. It's going to be my little business that I do here. It's shoe custom hot rods. I build custom hot rods on the side, so looking forward to the fall, and I'm going to find a way to get this rig to Florida for the winter so I can race next winter down there.
Congratulations, Dick, on finishing the race, man. Your first topless 200 after several starts, being able to say that, hey, you took the checkered flag today. It may have been backwards and sideways after you got split out, but
Thanks,
hey, either
Brad.
way, you were there, buddy. Congratulations. We're happy to see it.
Thanks, guys.
Well, folks, it's been another great season of Supers Racing, and we appreciate each and every one of you being with us here tonight. We want to say thanks to First to Finish Race Servers. We had some problems early on, but everything cleared up. Servers were flawless during the race tonight, over an hour long going into this thing. And thanks so much to Rocket Rob Warren, former Supers champion, for maintaining the race servers and TeamSpeak servers so we could have communications tonight. BreezeGraphics.com, supplying all of our fantastic graphics throughout the season and off season as well. Check them out at breezegraphics.com for all kinds of cool super modified graphics, decals, and artwork. Airbag Studios in Baldwinsville, New York, and Kevin Timmons, our video producer, not getting to enjoy the racing so much, but doing a great job making us all look good while we enjoy it. Thank you so much, Kevin. A big part of this league since 2006. Winner, along with Anthony Corsiniti tonight at the Dion Parrish Memorial Perseverance SUPRS Sport Award. Pulled a lot of hair out up there tonight, I'm sure, stressing over staying connected with all his stuff. So good job, Kevin. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. If you did, let us know in chat or via email. Icing's on top, specialty cakes for all occasions, proud sponsor of the Supers Rookie of the Year Award. And I really screwed this up. The Supers Triple Crown of Super Modified Sim Racing. And he's not here to present it, but Brad Keyser, congratulations. You now set the record. You are the first driver in Supers history to win this award more than once for a perfect triple crown. How's it feel?
Hasn't set in yet, to be honest with you. Pretty good. As I said last night. I remember when Rob Warren got me into this. Rob had been chasing me down for years, trying to get me to do this because I always used to run online with my Uncle Jamie, and I remember going up to race at his old house at the garage, and he had the award up there for Triple Crown, and he would, Rob was very proud of that, so it became a target point, and got in the league, won the Rookie of the Year, and then, Dave came in, and it's been, he's just so tough to beat, but it was one of those things where I, won a Rookie and he never did. Zach will say that, Nans will say that, Ryan will say that, Dave never won that, but to beat Dave to the Triple Crown the first time was an accomplishment because he had won on pure, and then to get it this way, I know it's just something that's gonna a checkbox that Dave's gonna go after now. So it hasn't fully set in, but like I said, it's one of those things you wanted when you came back when I started this league when I first saw it at Rob's house. So I'll call Rob tomorrow, let him know, and pick on him a little bit, maybe entice him to get back here.
We sure would like to see Supers champion Rob Warren back racing with us, but congratulations tonight. It's important to know that our awards here at Supers mean something to you guys, so congratulations, and you'll be getting another Triple Crown award from Icing's on Top. Super Modified Scorecard, keeping you up to date on all the action throughout the Super Modified series across the country. Grid-finder.com, find your place on the grid, become a Grid Finder approved league just like Supers. Burger Smokehouse, simple family tradition since 1927, on the web at smokehouse.com. Wag's Custom and Cool Awards making our top 3, and the rest of the guys look cool in victory lane here tonight. BMK Logistics, getting you your Amazon products in speedy delivery style in upstate New York. Thanks to our friends at heatfinder.net, the modsquad.info, RG Gale Photos and Designs. Well, folks, before we go, we want to say to you that you mean so much to us that you would take time out of your night to be involved here on the Supers Broadcasting Network. And remember, if you think you have lost, you have. The man that thinks he can is the one that will. And we sure saw that here tonight with this fantastic finish of this great speed classic for the Super Modified Sim Racers of the Super Modified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series. We hope that you will join us the first week of October as we kick off our 20th anniversary of sim racing. That's right, 20 straight years. There's not too many sim racing sanctions or leagues that can say that, or any type of gaming league that has been around that long continuously. And the reason we do it is so that we can raise money to help injured super modified drivers. You can make a donation to the Dion Parrish Memorial Benevolent Fund for Super Modifieds at supers.net. I'm Bob Gang. We're hoping to see some of you at the International Classic 200 coming up in 2 weeks at Oswego Speedway. She's the granddaddy of all super modified races at the home of the super modified. So we hope you can make it. We'll be getting into town and we'll be seeing our 38th or 39th this year. So look forward to seeing and meeting some of you up there. Hit us up. Look for Bobby G. Look for the Super sign. And all the Supers drivers will be taking a post-race shot after the International Classic on the front straightaway. Until then, keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground.
Well, if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love. And if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love. But if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.